Hello everyone, Shriver's1 here with Gaia River Gaming, and welcome back to my playthrough of Democracy 3, currently as Germany. This is part 2, so if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I suggest you first check out part 1, and that should be linked in the description. But here we are, just saved, which is why we're at this screen. I have an advanced recorder. I'm going to click to return to government, and here's where we are. We have a slight deficit. We've got a ton of crime problems, as you may remember. We've got some problems elsewhere, but crime is our biggest issue, really. So I've been trying to deal with that, various programs. We have a bit of political capital, so I can do something this quarter. The police force I can make a bit higher. Yeah, it doesn't do a whole lot, but it's every little bit counts. I already have these CCTV cameras, which will help as well. Prisons are rehabilitative now. Legal aid is sort of separate. I mean, it's cool that we have it, but that's a different deal. Prisoner tagging is good. This doesn't directly affect it unless I change the laws. Alcohol law, I can reduce alcohol consumption a lot with this, because I want to get it down because of alcohol abuse being an issue. So I can just put it up to there. And then alcohol consumption should go way down, which should affect alcohol abuse, which is a fairly big deal. It costs me a fair amount. Still have a slight deficit, so what I'll often do is I'll raise income tax a little bit, because that was really significant, but people only dislike me a little bit more because of it. So it was a very small change for some 10 million or so. I don't actually have enough political capital to raise it though. So I'll advance the turn. Appointing friends, top jobs, briefing against colleagues, misinterpreting the concept. I love this. Toxic waste dump. I can either allow the dump or I can prevent the construction of it. Creating many jobs is fairly important, and I'm probably going to have to handle the environment later. Our education is high, which is good. Our crime is going down, inch by inch. Crime is really high though. Police force is probably helping with that. Let's see what else might hinder crime. I'm probably willing to do some of the more crazy ones of these, police drones type things, although those are quite expensive because crime fighting. Tasers could be helpful, they're cheaper as well. Private prisons are pretty good because at first liberals don't like them because it's encouraging people they profit if they arrest people. But as you go higher, it's alright because there's potential for rehabilitation. Unemployment goes down a bit and crime goes down a little bit, so I'll go with it. How much political capital do I make? Well, it's not that little, but it could be a lot better. So soon I'm going to reach out to the cabinet because there are far better people for the jobs. And it's not really worth it to fire one at a time, it's just not really helpful. Only got 6 political capital, so I'm going to advance once more. Inner city riots and vigilante mobs, I managed to get rid of both in one turn. Sweet. So we're now on our way to lower. Crime keeps on going down. GDP has started going up as a result, which is great. We got a Nobel Prize as well, which increased GDP slightly, and this made everyone happy. We are innovators. Sweet. So I think, here, let's see. Still got street gangs, which are on the decline, internet crime, alcohol abuse, which I still need to deal with, and ghettos, which are fairly far from being dealt with. But internet crime and street gangs I can probably handle by just putting in a slightly crime-related policy, one that'll reduce crime slightly, people hate wiretapping. Gated communities might, but there's some problems with the quality, so I'm going to do tasers that reduces crime a lot. They don't cost too much. Routine, ubiquitous. Okay. And that should reduce crime enough to make it worthwhile. I now have only 1 political capital, so I have to advance. Credit rating was upgraded. That's good. So we do have a surplus. The polls don't look too good, but I have 40%, so that's alright. And we're fairly far away from the election. It's not that big a deal right now. Let's see. Yeah, street gangs should be going down because, oh no, street gangs aren't actually caused by crime at all directly. They influence crime, but poverty and unemployment are actually the only thing. Oh wait, I know how to deal with them though. There's a really useful policy which I found earlier, or in my opinion, really useful. Youth club subsidies. Well, okay, it only reduces crime, but it's still really handy. It costs very little, everyone loves it, youth like it. It's basically just paying to keep youth out of the street, so it reduces crime some, and that's good. Internet crime, though, is caused by crime, so it's declining. What actually combats street gangs directly then? Community policing does. CCTV does. Well, I already have both of those at maximum. What I'm trying to do is like work out what else I could put in to like get rid of these street gangs. It's really annoying. I'm also going to reshuffle my cabinet now. I mean, this guy is really good, but it's not really worth it to fire everyone else one at a time. It costs a lot, and it's just annoying. So I'm going to have to reshuffle the whole thing. Foreign affairs. So here, this screen is sort of, it deserves a bit of explanation. This is their experience and their loyalty. They're fairly inexperienced generally. And as they're in office with you, their loyalty goes down, their experience goes up in general. Here, with like the fist icon, or the hand, is the amount of political capital they give you. And this is the minister that I'm trying to get, recruit a minister for foreign policy. So I want someone who says desired jobs foreign policy. It's not a must, but it's helpful. I don't know why, but I know it is helpful. This guy I can get for one of the other things. He's really useful for political capital. 4.8. I think Jennifer Schreiber gets the job for foreign policy. Next is welfare. You are welfare, but you could also be law and order or transport. So if there's someone else good for welfare, I'll just take them. Economy or industry. You Herman Sawyer, probably, unless I find someone else is better. These two are both fairly equal. Let's see. He doesn't want economy. Okay, so. Oh, you. Okay. 4.3. Oh, no, it's either. Public services, economy, tax. Okay, so he can be tax, so she can be economy, and then tax. This guy I just saw. Yeah. Here. Public services can be the crazy 4.8 guy. Oh no, just kidding. That's going to have to be in a second. But the higher the political capital you get out of them, the better, obviously. So I'm trying to get people to get me the most political capital. She does law and order. You can finally get 4.8 guy. Sweet. And transport. That's a fairly good transport here. Julian Becker. That's probably who we're going to go with. Yep, that looks like it's going to be who we're going to go with. So now we're getting like 30 per turn, which is nearly twice what we were getting before. And the maximum will probably go up as well. Next turn, we have a significant budget surplus, which is good, but I'm going to try to use that to bring down the debt, just because if we look at our expenditures, debt interest is actually fairly high on them, so I'd like to get rid of that. It's an easy thing to do, just keep a surplus for a while, it goes away. Positive discrimination. So these things, by the way, if I haven't mentioned already, are, I'm sure I have, but they're like questions, like urgent policy decisions, and you have to make them. So right now, it's like putting pressure on companies to give higher priority to job candidates on basis of race, sex, or age. I don't think that makes sense. It doesn't make sense by using discrimination to fight it. Sure, we polled a bit lower there, but that's just because we got rid of the cabinet. The opposition party has more members and more activists, clearly, but the political parties matter less in this game than, say, in actual U.S. politics, for example. I'm not certain how much effect they have on others. I need to do some research here, but what's most important is your popularity and what you're polling at. If you're above 50, you'll almost always win. If you're below, you'll almost always lose. There are exceptions. But, okay, so I want to get rid of street gangs. It's annoying me, because they're so close. It's so close to the green line, which is the stop trigger. And they do a bunch of bad stuff, and it's annoying. Everyone dislikes them. They increased ghettos, which is another bad thing that I need to deal with. So, alcohol abuse is also really close. So, as alcohol consumption continues to go down due to alcohol law, that should probably solve that problem. Give us some more money, or make us spend less money, actually. There's a difference. There is a difference. Crime is just going way down, which is brilliant. Our GDP is going up slightly, and as crime goes down, I'm sure it'll be helped by that. Productivity, or technology, is actually fairly important as well. I like increasing that generally. This is a good way to, like, if you want to be more sciencey, but you don't want religious people to, like, get on you about it. If you put emphasis on evolution, the membership of religious people goes way down, and liberals like you a lot more. Unfortunately, it also makes religious people angry at you. So right now, they're not that angry at me. But ideally, their membership should go down now. Sort of what I'm looking for. Because your policy decisions will make certain people angry at you, they'll also actually change how many people are in certain groups, which is sort of interesting. So I'm going to go another quarter forward. There's a military whistleblower. Well, yeah, that doesn't happen in real life ever, right? So it's outraging people. So everyone's angry, and patriots are particularly angry. That's alright. We are now only 26% polling, which is unfortunate. Gyro River Gaming Party, it's not doing too good, but that's alright. I think we can do alright. Crime is way down, which is helpful too, which makes us popular. Also, near the election, if you just go through this and like pick out policies which are popular, your popularity goes up, so it's not that big a deal. Not that big a deal. Hybrid cars initiative would probably help. Oh, you know what would be good against internet crime is internet tax, but internet crime is down anyway. What's annoying me is street gangs. I need some way to deal with them. And I don't want to do some like hugely hated police law and order thing, because I do have to be aware of the election coming. So, I could do some of this transport stuff that can be popular. Clean fuel subsidies are liked by a lot of people, actually. Motorists like it and environmentalists like it, and it's rare you find something which affects both of those groups. Environmentalists are actually some of my strong supporters, though, already, just because of various grants for pollution-type things. Motorists are sort of in the middle. That's alright. Popularity has gone way down. Let's see. I mean, crime's gone way down. We fought out crime. We're the law and order candidate. They should vote for us, right? That's how it works. Oh, this is annoying, the Sunday shopping thing. So it reduces GDP, and liberals are aggravated at me as it is by a lot of things. Ghettos are just annoying, but vigilante mobs are going to go away. Street gangs should probably go away. Yeah, like, everyone is a lower group than, like, anyone else. Which is sort of funny. Like, except maybe liberals. What do I want to do? I want to keep on getting rid of this stuff. So internet crime's going away. That's very nice. Ghettos are not. Obesity is not either, but I can probably help with that. We have a slight surplus, which is good. The debt will begin to go down, and I haven't had to raise taxes too much for that. Income tax, for example, has not been raised a whole lot. Might just advance the turn, save up some capital, and do other things later. Could probably get rid of tasers, but that would undecrease crime some, so I don't really want to do that. I'd like to get rid of this Sunday shopping thing, though. It's maybe, I mean, GDP isn't that badly affected by it. GDP is affected by a lot. Global economy is actually the biggest thing right now. Internet crime. Tourism, if tourism would go up, it's really helpful for the GDP, but right now our crime-related things are sort of bad for that. Foreign relations, which are caused by foreign aid. So if I increase foreign aid, it's quite possible that the GDP can go up, but foreign aid can be very expensive. But at the same time, if the GDP goes up, we make money off it. That's there are a lot of decisions like that in this game. Part of why I like this game so much. Hold on just a moment. But that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. I'm out of time. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.